Hello again. I want to talk to you about holidays and downtime. And when I say that, it's basically when I started out, both as a trainee and as a new therapist, I didn't take any holidays. As a matter of fact, when I started as a new therapist, I was working a shift work job. So I was working shift work and I was working as a therapist, and I never took it. I mean, when I say never took a holiday, I worked all the way through. So Christmas came and I was there Christmas week. I worked in the centre in Dublin. I was there. I was the only one there all Christmas week. And basically, what I was doing, and essentially, what I learned from this was great, was the clients won't turn up that week. They won't turn up. You're there to say, if you need me, I'm here. And we've made the appointment, but they don't. They haven't turned up. They never turned up. So it was great learning because although I became very close to burnout very, very early on because I wanted to be helpful, I wanted to be there to support and stuff like that. So what I would say to you is just take your holidays. Initially, I'd started off with a week here and a week there, maybe a week in the summer, and I'd had an episode where I took, I think it was about 2 weeks off in the summer, and a client had got really aggressive with me because I wasn't available to them. And I started to then look at myself and think, well, maybe I'm taking too much holidays. Realistically, I'm not. Take your holidays. Really for yourself, you want to be able to be your best self. So what I now do is I make sure I take 2 weeks in spring, 2 weeks in autumn, 3 weeks in summer, and three weeks in winter. That's around Christmas, summer holidays, and then each side of that. And that's where I am keeping myself really leveled and balanced. I'm quite happy with that. I'm loving my time off and my downtime. These are vital times. So if you think you're doing anyone a service by not taking holidays, you're actually not. You're harming yourself. You're making yourself a substandard therapist. You're probably damaging your clients. So do take as much time as you can. Now, financially, this is going to be when you start it, it's going to be a problem because you're going to say, well, I need to try and make a living. But realistically, you want to be able to look after yourself. The living will happen. Trust me, it will happen. And normally around 2.5 to 3 years in when you're qualified, unless you're jumping into a job straight away. If you're in private practice, 2.5 to 3 years is standard. You work very, very slow up to that. So it's no point in breaking your neck because you're not going to get any more in. Take your holidays. On your holidays, I would recommend having two phones. So not just on the holidays, but in general for a practice. If you're practicing, have a therapist phone and your personal phone. And on your holidays, turn off your practice phone. Turn off your therapist phone. Even if you're not in private practice, turn off your therapist phone. Leave a note, leave a message. I have bounced back messages for away. I've bounced back messages for people who contact me now. I changed my voicemail box, my message service. I changed my emails. Coming up to that, everyone knows I'm going on holidays by this day. If I have any inquiries coming before that, this can be quite a difficult thing for people when they're starting out to kind of go, oh, someone's after make an inquiry. I'm going on holidays now for 2 weeks. Oh, maybe I'll just cancel that and I'll meet that person. Honestly, don't. They're not going to thank you. You're not going to be your best self. You're going to be tired. So what I'd say to you is, what I do is I'd say to them, that's great. I'd love to take you on. I'm actually going on holidays from blah, blah, blah. If you'd like to talk, I can get in contact with you or you can get back to me when I'm back, if that's okay. 100% of the time, when I've come back, I've sent them a thing saying, right, I'm back on holidays. How are you fixed? Do you want to continue on with this? And they've said, yes, no problem. So they've made the decision. They're okay to wait. It's okay for you to have your time off. And you're going to be so much better for yourself to be able to come in and say, yeah, actually, I feel good today. Even therapists feel difficult about going sick. In any other job, you'd think, oh, I'll go sick. I won't be able to. And I certainly, when I was in my last job, I was great at that. The sick leave was paid for. I considered them holidays, so I took as much sick leave as I could, even if I was sick or not. In this sense, if you feel yourself waning, if you feel yourself struggling, there's no problem in saying it. Think about it this: if a client is unwell and unable to come to session, would you judge them for saying I can't make it today? You wouldn't. You might have a policy in there about payment, etc. But if they've paid, they still paid. You can say I can pass this. What I'd say is if I'm unable to come into session today, I'm very sorry. Sorry for short notice, or if I've done it before, I'm very sorry. But I can send you back the money you paid, or I can hold it on to your next and book your next session. That's absolutely fine. If you're sick and you're unwell to continue, don't continue. Look after yourself. Put yourself as number one, because if you can't, you're not going to be any good to your clients. So just bear in mind that it is worth taking your holidays. It's a very, very, very important. So take as many holidays as you can. My holidays now, I've learned that this is what I want and this is what I need and this is what I'm giving myself. I've never had the freedom I have now, and that's what I'm doing. And to be honest, I feel I'm a better person for it. Anyway, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please do. You can reach out to me at any stage, and I hope it helps. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.